You may have heard of this one. Florida mom's car banned from Christian school over OnlyFans decal. Here's a little picture of what we're looking at. A woman has been banned from driving her vehicle at a private school in Lake County, Florida for advertising her OnlyFans channel with a decal. The mother of three was prohibited from driving her sticker-clad SUV at the behest of other parents, while administrators say that the OnlyFans decal does not align with Liberty Christian Prep School's values. Oh, honey, no. I think a lot of us here are probably pretty sex-positive people. I'm sure many of you are opposed to OnlyFans, while others of you may have more nuanced views on it, that you are not in absolute disagreement with the service. Some of you may even have friends who participate in SW and you just don't find it offensive. That's kind of where I am. I'm not completely opposed to OnlyFans. My bar is that you have to actually enjoy doing OnlyFans. Like the kinds of girls who get into it and then they resent and get angry at anyone who lets it slip that they do OnlyFans, you should not be in it, because it is not everyone else's responsibility to help you keep secrets. The only time you should ever be doing OnlyFans is if you are not only confident in doing so, but hyper confident. I mean 200% confident and proud of doing it. And then, by all means, supply and demand. It is a service that a lot of men need, okay? If you love it, I'm never gonna hold it against you. That being said, even if you do love what you do to the point that you are advertising it proudly on your vehicle, you're gonna drive it to the Christian school? You're dropping your kids off with that. With the link just blatantly out there for everyone. You're not worried about your kids getting mercilessly bullied? And it's also like, come on, if your OF is really doing that well for yourself, can't you get a different car to drive them in? Also, this isn't the only crime. What is this parking job? Really? So not only are we dropping off our kid with our OnlyFans link on the car, but this is how we're parking? There's too many crimes involved in this, quite frankly. You could try and make the argument of like, well, hold on now. Not every OnlyFans is sexual. In fact, for a very brief period a couple years ago, they tried to take all of the sex off the platform. What if she's just a chef or giving tips? But no, later when asked, she definitely clarified that it's some hardcore sexual activity going on there. So what the school has decided is that she cannot drop her children off in that vehicle anymore. They have allowed her to park across the street if she'd like, to which the mom is saying, okay, I'll park across the street if you send someone to walk my kids into the school after that. Like, you're self-employed. You don't have the time to walk the kids in yourself? Get a couple extra steps in? I mean, shoot, that's got to be good for your brand, for when you're in a career that exclusively uses your body. Get those extra steps in, girl. That can only help your business. I really tried to think about this, like, does the school have the constitutional right to say that they can't do that? But it seems that they are perfectly protected by the law to do so. And even though this isn't ordinarily something that I would agree with, a lot of times, especially with these private Christian schools, I feel that they can be a little bit dramatic about their rules. They're often the ones that are like, no spaghetti strap dresses at prom, and just shitting on everyone's fun. In this case, though, they're the only ones looking out for this lady's kids. It's so weird to me how you can say, I want to pay out the ass for parochial school, but then absolutely shit on the private experience by then making your kids be the one with the reputation for the mom who's slinging her chocolate starfish all over. Like, that's so incredibly embarrassing. It's also very disturbing that you're trying to advertise there. That's very, very disturbing and predatory that you're going to a school full of minor children to advertise your sex services. Like, could you even imagine if this was a man advertising his services at a children's location? Like, because it's a woman, I think we're all able to laugh about it or be like, aha, what a stupid lady. Like, when it's a woman, the worst thing that people are calling her is stupid or daft or borderline bullying to her children. But a man would probably be fucking arrested for this. The double standard here is insane. Yeah, I agree both are bad, but they should be as bad as each other, no? This is still predatory. You are still preying on children. Is that dramatic? I don't know. Argue with me in the chat if you think I'm taking it too far. That, oh, it's not preying on them. This is really no different than the creepy men who would hang outside of the roller rink and try and corner your kid and show them dirty magazines. It's not. This woman is a predator. That's so sick, because she did that on purpose. Like, she's trying to get all these married men, maybe even married women, all these people looking at her stuff to argue like, well, I wasn't trying to get the kids to look at it. You're in Driveline. Like, I don't know if you guys remember this or are actively in it because you have kids and you participate in the Driveline, but unless you're one of those kids who's given an iPad the second that you wake up, most of these kids are just staring out the window and looking at everything and taking everything in. When I walk my daughter up, there are kids like rolling down the windows and like waving at her from the Driveline, and there are parents who like during the Christmas season would put like inflatable Grinches in their passenger seat, and all the kids would look at that during the Driveline. But let it be known, kids at Driveline are picking up on everything. That is not just something that's like, who's even gonna notice? We all are gonna notice, ma'am. We're all gonna notice. That's the thing. Crispy Fort says she'd be called a whore, he'd be called a predator. They're both predators. That's what's so aggravating. She gets off easy. No pun intended. But he'd be put on a list, dude. I bet you his kids would be like expelled.